I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.
Hello beautiful people and happy holidays. 'Tis the season for shopping. It's late November and as you can see I've done all of my Christmas shopping. I am here today to talk about the habit of Christmas shopping and the urge to consume in general, my views on Christmas and holiday seasons as a neurodiverse person. I'm going to be talking a lot about my own experience and just how I navigate the holidays. If you've been around my channel before, you'd know I talk a lot about sustainability and my gripes, if you will, with capitalism. Regardless if you're new or old, welcome. I hope you stick around. To all of the people who watched my Buddy Thunderstruck video, thank you so much. This is going to be a very different video, but I'm going to make more show/movie reviews soon. But this is another type of video I like to do, where I talk about issues that are currently bothering me. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's societal. Today it's a mix of both. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'd love to hear your perspective. These videos are all about having a conversation about our own experience. There is no right or wrong way to feel. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to be talking about the problematic nature of Christmas shopping, which I clearly fall victim to. Alright, so starting a bit with my own experience. I grew up in a Serbian Orthodox household, so we celebrate Christmas in early January, and it's very loud. There's no real gentleness in the culture I come from. Not to say that all Serbian Orthodox people are the same. I'm just saying that for me, growing up, it was too much for me. They weren't very understanding that it was too much for me. So often I would have to leave quite early. So anytime we celebrated at someone else's house and I got too tired and I couldn't deal with it, my mom would tell me to take bathroom breaks, to just take a breather. She told me to go with the adults when they go outside to smoke, so that I would get some fresh air and a break from all the music and loud screaming. It was not fun, which is too bad because the holiday season was the only time I really got to spend time with my family. So if the only time I get to spend time with my family, I'm barely coherent, I can't understand anything that's happening around me because I'm so exhausted, I'm not gonna have a good relationship with my family. There's always drama, even though there really doesn't have to be. People just are not good at listening, unfortunately. I know that the holiday season is tough for a lot of neurodivergent people. Not necessarily because you have a family prone to fighting. Maybe you do, but I know everyone isn't in my exact position. A lot of neurodivergent people don't like the holidays because it's a disruption of your normal routine, which I definitely agree with. It's like you have foods that you wouldn't normally, you're with people you wouldn't be normally, you do things you wouldn't be normally, you're in places you wouldn't normally be. It's a lot to adjust to in very little time. You get no real space to navigate it. And I know a lot of people don't like the whole everyone looks at you when you open a gift, because neurodivergent people famously are not the best at communicating either with body language or spoken language. So when everyone's looking at you expecting a "oh my god, thank you so much" reaction for the gifts that they gave you, and you're like, "oh, thank you," you may be overjoyed, but if you don't show it the way they want you to, they don't really think it's a good reaction, and maybe they think you're ungrateful or rude, even though you really like the person who gives you the gift and you really like the gift that they give you. there's so much pressure to react in the correct way if you open the gift in front of them that it kind of removes all of the joy of actually getting the gift. You're so in your head about reacting correctly, and then there's so much pressure on getting everyone an equally good gift, because it feels like the kind of gift you give equals to how much you like that person, but that might not be true. Some people are just easier to shop for. Some people just want cheaper things or more accessible things. Some people don't want anything and keep telling everyone, hey, don't give me anything. And then if you're celebrating together and there's one person who gets nothing, then everyone's like, oh no, do we hate this person? Why are we like singling this person out to not give anything? It just becomes such a weird dynamic. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know if I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I overthink it, but I know that I'm not alone in overthinking it. I know that there's a lot of people who also find the gift part of holidays very stressful. As you can see behind me, I have done a lot of shopping. I was talking to a friend recently and I was like, have you gotten all your shopping done? And he's like, I don't really buy things for people, you know. He's like, I give them quality time because I don't know what they want. That was so odd to me to hear, because I would feel like an asshole for doing that, but I don't think he's an asshole for doing that. You know, I think that's very valid. And that kind of made me think that like gift giving is so stupid actually. To me, gift giving is a form of love language, so I give gifts regardless of holidays. So maybe that's why I feel like there's so much pressure to give the best gifts on Christmas. This is where they expect something really good. This is where they are hoping to get something that they really want. A friend in my class gave me a figurine, which I really liked, and I was like, no, I have to give you something. But I was like, should I wait? Because, you know, it's late November. If I give it right before Christmas break, then it's like a Christmas present. But she didn't give it to me as a Christmas present. I found like 5 different things to give her, and then she mentioned in passing, she's like, oh, I don't have any keychains. And I was like, oh, I have a keychain that I know you would really like, and I just gave it to her. And now I have like 5 gifts that I don't know what to do with, because I already returned the favor. I already gave her something equivalent. If someone came to me and gave me a bunch of stuff, I would feel guilty and like I need to return the favor. And I don't want to put that pressure on her. So I feel like I've done something equal. You know, we're even, we're good. But I don't know how her brain works. So I don't know what the right thing to do is. When they expect it, it has to be perfect. What I like to do is when I go about my day, any time of the year, if I go shopping a lot, and if I see something that I'm like, oh, a person I know would like this, I buy it, and so I stock up for Christmas. Neurodivergent people often talk about how it's hard to understand unspoken rules, and I feel like for the Christmas season there are so many unspoken rules because everyone is different, and I feel like every family celebrates Christmas in a different way. There's like such a strong disconnect with what people expect and what they don't, and like I don't know what's overkill, I don't know what's underkill. But also it's really fun. I really like making and giving gifts, even though obviously I'm really stressed about it, and I am often stressed about it, but that's only when there's obligation tied to it. I really like giving stuff when people don't expect it. Neurodivergent people talk about that a lot too. It's called penguin pebbling. It's like, oh, I found you this really cool thing, here you can have it, as a form of love. I don't understand why that's not the same as gift giving. But anyway, I know that a lot of neurodivergent people are in the same boat as me, that they like to be like, here, I found you a little trinket, here, I have a little gift for you. but the gift-giving season in itself is really overwhelming and really just like not a good time to do it and not a good way to do it, because it's so like everything all at once punching in the face, and that's not very fun. People don't really like to be punched in the face. But it kind of like circles back to the point that I keep dancing around. Christmas is not a good holiday. Even though gift giving is for many people a love language, it's not everyone's love language. So when you gather around and you want to show your appreciation for people, you don't do a very good job of that during Christmas. And I'm not saying you're not doing a good job, I'm saying Christmas as a concept, the way I celebrate and the way people I know celebrate, the way it's portrayed in the media, it doesn't give you the room and the tools to show your appreciation for the people you love. It's like a test of how good are you at showing how much you love the people around you. And it shouldn't be tested like that. I think Christmas at its core is about gathering and celebrating, rejuvenating your spirits. It's cold, it's miserable outside. Seasonal depression is such a big issue for so many people. So the holiday season is like the light that you can fight towards. I really like the winter because of all the Christmas lights. I think that the city is way brighter and way more lively during Christmas because people are putting in a huge effort to create a light, to create something good to look forward to. Whether you're Christian or celebrate Christmas at all, people tend to decorate. People put in an effort to be warm and welcoming and to be a light in the darkness. But Christmas isn't about that. Christmas is about Black Friday, shopping as much as possible for a discount so you make a good deal so that when you give the gifts, it looks really expensive, but you didn't really spend a lot of time or money on it. Which is fair. You might not have a lot of time or money. I'm not saying you're bad or wrong for engaging in Black Friday or holiday sales in general. But it isn't a way to show love, in my opinion. It's kind of soulless. And maybe if I'm surrounded by people who aren't very keen on giving gifts, but I am, so I give them a bunch of stuff and they give me nothing, then I feel like, oh, you don't love me? Oh, you don't like me? Because Christmas creates this kind of expectation and it assigns meaning to things that don't really mean those things every other day, you know? It creates something so greedy and so needy in people that I don't like, which is really sad because, again, I love to give gifts, but some people don't. Some people like to give the gifts of closeness and effort and quality time and acts of service, and that's really hard to do during Christmas. You know, if there's a person and everyone gifts them like really expensive jewelry or the technology and stuff like that, and then one person is like, here, I will do the laundry, I will clean the house, I will babysit for you or something like that, then everyone looks at that person and go, oh, you suck, you copped out, you don't have anything good to give. But maybe that's way more appreciated, maybe that's way more valuable, but it just doesn't look as impressive because it's not wrapped in this packaging, you know? Speaking of packaging, it's insane how much paper we waste during the Christmas season. If we're so hell-bent on not using single-use plastic, on like reuse, reduce, recycle, but during Christmas we use paper that can't be recycled and then throw it away immediately with no use. What's the point? And I'm not coming for you. Either it's not your fault if you use wrapping paper. What else are you supposed to do? Break the norms? That's illegal in neurotypical society. You know, life is really harsh on you for not following the norms, especially Christmas is so tradition heavy, you know? Christmas is so hell-bent on not breaking these unspoken rules. I love the idea of Christmas. I like what it could be, but it's not what it wants to be. Christmas is not about love and community and closeness. Christmas is about capitalism and just bragging, honestly, because if you get the most gifts, then you're the most loved. If you give the best gifts, then you're the richest or the most well-endowed. It's a very brag-heavy holiday. If you have a tradition that you really enjoy, I'm not telling you to start hating the holiday. If you enjoy it, then Christmas is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and Christmas works for you, and that's great, and that's lovely, and I'm so happy for you, and you can keep doing what you're doing. I'm talking from my own experience, and I know a lot of people agree with me, that it's just like not accessible. If you don't like the holiday food, if you don't like the holiday season, you know, it might just be a miserable time. So what can you do to make it a bit more manageable? First, I want to talk about the more practical, environmental stuff about Christmas wrapping. Even though I have wrapped a few of my gifts, I think the smartest thing to do is to use gift bags, because you don't have to rip them open to open them. You know, they keep your package secret, so you follow the Christmas tradition, but it can be reused either by you. If they don't want to keep the bag, then you can keep the bag and reuse it later, or the gifted person can keep the bag and give it to someone else at another occasion. If you don't find a bag that fits your object, or you just don't like bags, there is recyclable paper that you can use that's still really pretty. Shop sustainably. Even though shopping sustainably often turns out to be more expensive, it is cheaper to just not shop at all. Personally, I would suggest go first to a secondhand store and look for something. If you can't find it, then go to local shops, see if they have what you're looking for. If they don't, you can go to the bigger chain stores, see if they have any environmentally friendly options or just like sustainable options. Usually that's also appreciated by the person who gets the gift, because things that last longer and have more detail and higher production value lasts longer, and it can be loved longer, and it can be like a more important thing for the person who gets it. Of course, it means it's more expensive most of the time, but maybe that's worth it. That's up to you to decide. And you can't find anything there. At that point, I would say, okay, go home and go online. I don't recommend shopping online because shipping is not good for the environment. Even though the thing that someone might be selling is great and it's eco-friendly, the workers have wonderful rights, they get paid well, maybe it's not very expensive, the shipping itself, it's still not good for the environment. So try to use that as a last resort. But if you can't find something anywhere else, use it. eBay is great, Etsy is great. There are ways to shop sustainably, locally, relatively cheap, without, you know, engaging in this mass consumption craze that is around the holiday season. It's hard to avoid it. I like to do what I said I do already. I spend the entire year like slowly gathering objects that I think people would like. That's a hard ask. It's not the most applicable advice, but it is my best advice, because then you can buy things that you make sure that the person would actually like, and you don't just buy shit to have something to give. And for suggestions to make the holidays more accessible, either for you as a neurodivergent person, for someone in your family who is neurodivergent, or just for people in general, because everyone deserves love and gentleness regardless of their situation. I'm pretty sure everyone has something that they would like to change about the holiday. Try to have quiet spaces. So my suggestion is to split up how you gather. Maybe some people sit in the kitchen, some people sit in the living room, some people sit in a bedroom. And they can be varying degrees of loud. In the bedroom, we hang out quietly. In the kitchen, we can scream all we want. In the living room, we're somewhere in the middle. It might be difficult, especially if you're not that many, but if you're not very many to begin with, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, it's a bit loud for me, can we just bring it down? So just keep an open mind and an open eye for your fellow celebrating people. Check in on each other. It is the holiday season. You are there to be there for each other. You're not there to yell the loudest. So, it shouldn't be that much of a bother to make sure people are doing okay. Dietary preferences are a big no-no to talk about in the culture I come from. People are picky, and if someone doesn't like your cooking, it doesn't mean your cooking is bad. It might just be that they don't like that kind of food, or they don't like the way that you cook it, and that's fine. Have an option for them, or allow them to bring their own option. If someone's like, hey, for Christmas I am bringing a lasagna, and it's my lasagna, I'm gonna eat it, there's only enough for me. I'm not gonna eat anything else. I have my own food. Respect that. I see so many people that get offended by things like that. And I understand if you spend a lot of time to prepare and cook something, you want it to be eaten, you want it to be enjoyed, and if someone is refusing to accept that, it feels like they're refusing your act of service and your attempt at showing love and care. But you are refusing to show them love and care by not letting them have their accommodation. If they're like, hey, I'm just gonna have my own thing, you do you, let them. I don't understand. Oh, I do understand why it's hard. I do understand why it would hurt someone's feelings. But the right answer isn't to hurt their feelings back and to ruin the Christmas season for that person. Even though you're in a situation that isn't ideal for you, sometimes you just have to take that bullet. The same goes for the neurodivergent people in that situation. Everyone has to accommodate everyone. It can't be one person that everyone is accommodating. That's not fair. That is not creating a fun Christmas environment. Everyone has to be nice to everyone. So, to the people who need accommodations, be gentle when you ask for them. And to the people who receive requests for accommodations, be open-minded and try to understand that people are not you. People think and function differently than you. And if they muster up the courage to ask you nicely, then be like, yeah, okay, I'll let you do it the way you want to do it. It's not that big of a deal. Come on. We have to work together. We're friends and family and maybe strangers, but we have to try to make it work. I guess we don't have to, but if you have no desire to make the holiday enjoyable for everyone, why are you celebrating? What's the point then? Just at that point, if you're only going there because you feel like you have to, maybe you just shouldn't go. I'm not saying that because you wouldn't be wanted. I'm saying that because maybe you would be a lot happier if you didn't force yourself to follow a tradition that you just don't want to take part in. Or figure out why you don't like it. Why don't you want to accommodate for other people? And ask for your own accommodations. Maybe that would help. Sorry for leaning in so much. I got a bit heated. Don't be so hard on others for not following tradition, and don't be so hard on yourself to force yourself to follow traditions. Traditions aren't real. Everything changes. We don't celebrate Christmas the same way we did 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Tradition is just what we remember and what we think is convenient to replicate. Make your own things that are convenient to replicate. Make things that are fun for you to do every year. If you really want to have a set tradition, create a tradition that you enjoy following. You don't have to follow a tradition that someone else forces you to follow. There's always ways to maybe not make everyone happy, but to make everyone feel heard. And if everyone gets to make their point, if everyone gets to feel like they had heart in making the final decision, then at least that feels better than just shut up, we're doing my thing. So even if you are not willing to change for another person, at least listen to the other person. It will make them feel better. It will make you a more fun person to be around. I think that makes sense. If not, I don't know what to do. Maybe I can clarify in the comments if it's unclear. But my point is, listen to each other. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. It's not Christmas yet, so there's still time to make new plans, to think of new Christmas traditions, to shop sustainably if you haven't done your shopping already. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or evening whenever you are watching this. Always remember that you are loved, and Merry Christmas.